Mr. Limitless, what would you tell the people today? You feel that energy? Do you feel it? What are we talking about today? Be limitless. Retire before 50. Why are we talking about it? Well, if you follow a lot of what's going on in the news now, they're trying to push the retirement to 70. 70 years old. Look, especially if you're a black man, like good luck. 70. And then think about it. If life expectancy is, let's say, 69, 70 as a black man, what is the quality of years? So you mean to tell me we supposed to be conditioned to think that we're supposed to give majority of our life working for other people? Because majority of the people in the United States, they end up working for other people and relying on their retirement in order to retire, to have, hopefully, the opportunity to go and travel and do all of these things. But what are you doing now to prepare and plan for an early retirement? Yeah, I'm talking to you, not me. I'm asking you, what are you doing? Is that even a question that you have ever asked yourself? Or are you just aimlessly going through life saying, hey, when it comes, and you never even think about it? Remember, my people perish for the lack of a vision. And if you don't prepare to plan, then you're never going to get to where it is that you're attempting to go, because you don't even know where you're going. So you have to have a plan in place. My wife and I, we have always thought, hey, definitely me, we're going to retire at a young age, because I realized how short life was. And I don't know if it's because I lost my first friend at the age of 13. And then after that, it was every single year it was somebody that I'm losing. And I realized how short life is. And I realized when I was doing research, 78% of the people that work in the United States hate their job. 78%. You know another scary statistic? You spend over 70% of your time working in environments that you don't even particularly like. You don't like the people, because it's not normally the job that people hate. It's normally the people that they work for that give them a bad experience. Some crazy statistic I read before, 80% of the individuals that are in leadership positions are deemed bad leaders. So it's a snowball effect. You're working for people that you don't feel have your best interests at heart. And I believe, I'm an optimistic person. I believe majority of the people that go to work, they go to work with the right intentions. They want to make a difference. They want to serve. And the most important thing you can do in life is to serve other people. Even if you follow Yeshua or Jesus, he was a servant leadership, servant heart. But when you feel like you're serving, and you don't feel like the job is serving you back or value what it is that you bring, you tend to start thinking, well, why the hell am I here? What am I doing? But think about the fear. If that epiphany hits you and you never prepared for retirement, or you never prepared to go and do something else. Because see, retirement for most people is not really retirement. It's that they're retiring from an entity or an organization so they can go out and do what it is that they really wanted to do. And hopefully they develop skill sets with that organization to be able to go out and do what it is they really want to do. It could be volunteering. It could be, working a job that may don't pay as much, but it's something that they're really passionate about. Because remember, my 3 things that I said make you wealthy. Having enough money to take care of your needs, having productive and positive relationships, and doing meaningful work, meaningful interactions, pursuing life with a purpose. And you may say, well, Limitless, why are you talking to us about this? My whole purpose in life is to inspire and motivate people to figure out what is it, that one thing that they want to do that will make them extremely happy. that would allow them to feel like I am serving my God-given purpose. Because truth be told, I believe in God wholeheartedly, but I don't know it exists when we die. I don't. We can say, oh, heaven exists and I want my riches when I go to heaven. Let's just keep it real. If you're going to heaven, why the hell you need to be rich? If I'm talking about wealth, I'm talking about wealth that you can make right here on this earth, because money is not even a real thing. It's a resource. It gives us an opportunity to have access to certain things, privileges, give us an opportunity to do things. I don't know what happens when you die. So I'm only speaking to the living. And I want you all to have the best life while you exist as a human being. Now, does that relate to or correlate to my spiritual beliefs or my belief in God? Absolutely. But I really don't know what it is that you're put on this earth to do. But I do know there's a spirit inside you that allow you to be limitless, that enables you to be limitless. All right, I got a comment from Gravity KB. Let me see what he said. What motivates you to keep going when there are so many things out of your control? That is a great question. And I would love to say that I always had the right answer to that. Because even right now, and I'm going to be very completely transparent with you, there's a lot of things out of my control in the job that I work that I absolutely love. But what motivates me is I know that every time I get an opportunity to get in front of students, God has blessed me with the responsibility to present my best version of myself, to give them the best. Now in life, I have been faced with, I had 2 kids before I was 17, and I did not think that my life would really amount to anything. I was put on academic probation and kicked off my college football team. And I'm like, man, this is the only way I'm gonna make money. What the hell am I gonna do with my life? But the only thing I can tell you, Gravity, is that I continue to press forward. I did not know if my life would turn to any type of success, but I said, you know what? Every step that I move forward is better than the step that I'm moving backwards. And it's better than me dwelling on the fact that I don't know what the hell is going to happen with life. I can't control it. So what I learned to do, even before that I was told about this, I learned to let go and let God. Let go, let God. The things that I can't control, I don't dwell on it. But I know that I could control what I feed my mind with. I could control the way I develop my body. I could control my spirituality, the way that I believe in God, and I could control my emotions. Now, am I 100% effective in all of those areas? Absolutely not. Do I look at garbage stuff or things that do not positively impact my mind? Yes, I do. Do I sometimes slack off with my body and eat BS? Yes. Do I sometimes not align everything I do with God? Yes. Do I sometimes act outside of my emotions? Yes. But 90 to 95% of my time, I'm pushing forward. So what I would tell you is the motivation got to come from something deep on the inside of you and not from an external force. Can't come from your wife, can't come from your husband, can't come from your kids, can't come from anything outside of yourself. You got to look deep inside yourself and say, you know what? I believe there's a better version of me. I believe that I'm going to be better than my best and never rest on my last success. I'm going to continue to check my life and be limitless. So that's what I do to continue to push myself forward. Because there's a lot of times that I do want to give up. There's a lot of times I say, you know what, man, I don't know if people listen to this. Why the heck am I going to keep putting out content? I can just focus on myself and be selfish. But I truly believe deep down, God got me for a greater purpose, and that's to live a limitless life and to inspire other people to believe they have the potential to live a limitless life, whatever that is for them. So that's what I do to continue to keep myself motivated and keep myself going and to just believe that there's going to be a better outcome. And one day I would die, still believing that. But you know what? I got the best out of that day. I'm going to present the best version of myself. So when people meet me, I treat it as, look, I got an opportunity to be in front of somebody, and God, you know what? I'm going to give them the best version of me. So that's what I do for that. Now, going back to this retire before 50, I want you all to ask yourself, why are we conditioned to spend all of our money? Go back to what it was like as a kid. Most of us, if you had loving parents and you had parents that was in a privileged position, your parents provided for you. They gave you all of your provisions, food, clothing, etc. And we didn't do anything. We just brought the version of ourselves and we received these things. And we was able to get things without money. And I guarantee you, it was a lot less than what we spend on ourselves now. But when we go out and work, and 78% of us don't like our jobs, we feel like we owe it to ourselves to enjoy our lifestyle. So we spend and we buy things. And we buy, and we shouldn't even be spending our money on these things. And we're conditioned, what we make, we need to spend. But remember this philosophy. You want to spend 70% of your time being a producer and 30% of your time being a consumer. If you do that, you're going to always have enough money to save. You're going to have enough money to invest. You're going to still be able to buy some of your wants, and you're going to be able to take care of your needs. But if you're 70% consumer, 30% producer, you're going to never be able to retire when you want to. Great advice. What you think about living below your means, how you achieve that. Great question. So Gravity said, what do you think about living below your means and how to achieve that? I think it's very important to live below your means. Well, did I always live below my means? Absolutely not. My wife and I was in a lot of debt. I'm talking like over $400,000 of debt in 2018. And I share this with my students. And when we got out of debt, I said, God, we said, we're never going to get in debt again. And then in 2019, my student loans were taken care of. So what we do now is we make a lot of money, but we don't spend majority of the money that we make. My wife is the saver. So she saved a lot of the money. And then I would take money and I invest it. So we do our own things. She's very good at discount shopping. She's very good at finding deals. She asks me all the time, you use your military ID? And I'm like, But think about what she's doing. She's training me to think about discounts, think about savings. So you want to always try to figure out, how can I get this at a lower cost? What is this? Should I buy this right now? And I used to be very impulsive with buying. And that impulsivity translates over into a lot of other areas of your life. But what you have to do is learn to be disciplined. So what I had to start doing, I asked myself 2 questions. Does this give me peace? Am I thinking about this too much? So if I am, I'm not going to buy it. And what I would say, majority of the time, what I spend money on now is probably food. I spend money on maybe workout books. I buy a lot of books. So Amazon is my friend. I buy supplements. So you got to figure out what are those things that's really important to you, and what are those things that you're just buying just because you think you need to get it. Or maybe you saw your friends have it, so you buy it because they're buying it. Remember, comparison is the great thief of joy. Never compare yourself to other people. If you got somebody buying Louis Vuitton, or they're buying whatever, Nikes, Jordans, whatever, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Or prepare to buy it. Remember, the same way you want to prepare to retire, prepare for those things that you want. If you're going on vacation, prepare for it. My wife would take some of my acting checks and all of these things. Hey, this is for vacation. This is the money for this. Your money should have a place to go. If it doesn't have a place to go, you're probably going to spend it. So the more that you watch your money and be aware of it and not afraid of it, because fear will not give you more money. Love it. Create a home for all your money. And the more you do that, the more it will come back to you. Because money is not a real thing. It's not. It's a resource to allow you to do what it is that you want to do. So you got to look at it that way. And you're going to hear me say, I believe you should make as much money as you can because I want you to retire early. I want you to retire early. Now, if you love doing what you do, hey, keep doing your job because it's not really a job. But remember the statistics, 78% of the people hate what it is that they're doing. Hate. That's a very strong word. So if they hate doing what they're doing, you got to find a way to get out of it as soon as possible. Because if you hate it, that means it's adding stress to your life. The more stress you add to your life, the more that you shorten your life. And then with them increasing the retirement age to 70 and you're shortening your life with this extra stress, working in an environment you don't enjoy, what do you think is going to happen? Your quality of life is going to suck and you're going to probably die even before whatever. I don't even know what the life expectancy is, but I know 70 is right there. So see what they're doing. They keep raising it to get you to your life expectancy. So you got to understand that they're not really telling you to retire for the benefit of you. They're not. They don't care. Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. They don't care about you, but I do. And you know what I want for all of you? I want you to be limitless. I don't want you to be limited in your way of thinking. But if you just listen to people that don't even know your talents and they don't care to share and to expand on your talents to make you money, why are you listening to them? So have you read Rich Dad Poor? Yes, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Absolutely great lessons. The 4 quadrants. You got to have a place for your needs, your wants, your savings, and your investments. Very good book. I advise everybody to go out and read that book. Absolutely phenomenal book to read. It will give you the basic foundation of what you should do with your money. I would say that another good book to read is called The Secret. It's the law of attraction. Speak these things into existence. I would tell you, Steve Harvey had a video that I listened to. It was during COVID. And he said, write down all of your goals and go look at it about 5 years later, and you're going to see that you knocked off about all those goals. I thought it was BS, but I said, you know what? I read The Secret. Let me do it. I wrote down about 70 goals. And when I went back and looked at those goals, it was longer than 2 years. It was maybe 5 years. I just looked at it earlier this summer. About 97% of those goals was accomplished. I'm talking about finance. I'm talking about body. I wrote a ridiculous goal of I want to get to 5% body fat. And I did it at 45 years old and won my pro card. No coach, no posing coach, no nutritional coach, no nothing. Just me researching and believing in myself. Why am I telling you this? You all have the same abilities to reach whatever it is that you want to reach in your life, but you got to keep believing and working it. Remember, faith without works is dead. So what are you willing to work for? If you want to retire early, retire early. Stop waiting till you're 65 and 70 when you don't really enjoy life. If you want to retire at 45, 50, retire at 45, 50. Why not? But it will challenge you to sacrifice and to be disciplined. There's nothing that you're going to really get of value in this world without being willing to sacrifice something. Time, relationships, having temporary joy and pleasures out of playing a video game or watching TV. You're going to have to be willing to sacrifice. I'm dedicated to doing 2 podcasts every week. I'm dedicated to reading books. I'm dedicated to listen to other thought leaders because I want to be able to share my thoughts in a way that inspire you to be the best version of you. That's my goal. Until I die, like Tupac said, I want to spark the brain that would change the world. I want some of you to go out and say, you know what? How can we change the world to make it more loving? To where we celebrate the joys, we celebrate all the good stuff that's happening and not the negativity, all of the bad things. That's what I'm put on this earth for. So when I'm telling you to be limitless and to decide to retire at a young age, I'm basically telling you to find that thing that really wakes you up and gets you excited about living. I read a book by Pastor Rick Warren. It was called Purpose-Driven Life. It said, what would you do if every single job paid $1? If every job paid $1, what would you do? Have you ever thought about it? So you don't make more money being a doctor. You don't make more money being a professor. You don't make more money being a lawyer or an athlete. But every job paid $1. What would you do? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Would you really continue to take some of the punishment or abuse that you take in your job? Or would you go do something else? Some people may laugh at being a janitor or a sanitation worker. But if that's what you love to do, and you get joy out of doing it every single day, you're winning. Some people became doctors, lawyers, professors to make money. But if you hate doing it, you're losing. The world may tell you it's success, but you're losing in life. But if you have the ability every single day to do what it is that you love to do, you are winning and you are limitless. And I promise you, the money will come. Because the more you love doing what it is that you do, the universe has a way of paying you for that. Because the universe get excited about your joy and your gratefulness. I'm grateful that God has given me the ability to speak the way I speak and to take concepts and break it down in a simple way for everybody to be able to understand it. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my ability to get on screen and to act and to bring life to a character. I'm grateful that I have the passion to inspire other people to be their best. I'm grateful for it. The universe is paying me for it. What would the universe pay you for? Will the universe enable you to retire before 50? The answer is yes. Yes. If I want to, I can retire right now. I want you to listen to me. I'm 45. But I've been speaking this into existence for a long time. The people that work with me at BB&T, when I used to come to work making $9.15 an hour, still putting my tie on. Yeah, I won't always be here. I'll be in a better position. People looking at me laughing. Whatever, dude. Brandy Barnes, no. The day I got fired at BB&T, I said, I promise you, dude, one day they'll see me on TV. Now you can see me on TV, acting on TV shows, doing commercials. I said last year or 2 years ago, I'm going to be the voice to the world. Got a video saying that. I'm telling you, they're going to know Dr. Limitless. They will know Dr. Limitless. I will be the voice of the world. You know why I know that? Because I believe in everything it is that I'm saying. And I've seen it. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen it all. I've been the good, the bad, the ugly. And you know what I know? There's something greater out there that exists that keeps elevating me. Even when I wanted to give up on myself, there's something that keeps elevating me. There is a goodness in all of you. If you are listening to me, there is something deep on the inside of you that is challenging you that got you still listening to this video, this conversation. I know how great you are. I believe it. I feel it. When I wake up every single day, I tell myself today could be my last damn day on this earth. And you know what I say? God, if it is, it's going to be the best fucking day of my life. The best day of my life. I promise you that. I can't cheat the world of what it is that God gave me. And God gave me a lot. God gave me a lot. I have nothing to complain about. When it get hard at work or get hard anywhere, I can't complain. God has given me too much. He took a dude that I was born bow-legged. I played college football. I played professional football. I have a national championship ring. I have spoke in quite a few countries. I have a TEDx talk. I have wrote books. Like, why would God choose me? I had counselors that tell me I won't amount to shit. So what I'm telling you all, you can do what it is that you want to do. Don't get scared because somebody laugh at what it is that you say. You know how many people laughed at me? You know how many people may still laugh at me behind my back? I don't care. It's what you believe, not what they believe. I'm limitless. I'm limitless. And what does this say? Once you become fearless, you become limitless. I'm not afraid of what nobody think. I know some people think I was crazy for changing my name. I don't give a damn. What is the name? What is your name? Like God said, I am the great I am. I am limitless. So that's who I am. And watch all the ones that laugh. There are going to be some of them coming back. Hey, man, how do you do this? How do you? And you know what? Because I got love, I will still bless them. I might charge them, but I'll still bless them. You will retire before 50. You got to go in the mirror and say it to yourself and believe it. All right? Make a plan. Work that plan. Continue to believe in that plan. If you got people on your team that are pulling you down, cut them loose. You don't need them. Last video said your price is way too high. You got to cut it. Young Dolph, cut them. And then when you wake up in the morning, this is what I want you to tell yourself every day. Come on, man. Come on, man. We about to. When you wake up in the morning, you need to go in the morning and tell yourself, man, I look good. Look at me. God knows. Oh, the world need my love. Oh, yeah. Look at me. Oh, man. Okay. I look good. I love you. Oh, kiss at yourself. Tell yourself how great you are. And believe it. Don't give a fuck what the world say. You better believe it. The world could tell you are the most amazing person in the world, but if you don't believe it, it won't matter. But if everybody think you are nothing and you believe it, that's what matters. So you make it matter before you leave that bathroom. Tell yourself how great you are. And tell yourself, today could be the last day. And if it is the last day, it's going to be the best day of my life. If today is the last day, it will be the best day of my life. I promise you that. And you go out and you live on purpose. And you realize every time you meet somebody, you need to bring your best version of yourself. Somebody's watching. Somebody needs that love. Somebody needs that hope. Somebody needs that inspiration. I was one of those kids that needed it when I wanted to die at the age of 19. There's a lot of people like me. They need you. So you believe in it. And once you start believing it, you start feeling good about yourself. You say, all right, I'm on fire. I'm about to go out there and live this life and make it the best that I can make it. And everybody's going to see it. And everything you do, you sign your name to excellence with it. You're signing your name. This is my best. Thoughts on the film Pursuit of Happiness. I think that film was absolutely phenomenal. It inspired me. And there was moments that I watched that film that I cried. The Pursuit of Happiness. I think it's a great movie. If you get a chance, watch it. After you say these things, then you look at yourself in the mirror. You look right at yourself. And you say it with all of the love in you. Because remember, love has the power to conquer all things. You say, today is a glorious day. You see that power? Today is a glorious day. And for 86,400 seconds, I will give my excellence and my best until I'm laid to rest. I'm abundantly blessed and never stressed. Be better than your best and never, ever rest on your last success. Check your life. Be limitless. Be limitless, y'all. Make sure you go out and get the life that you want. Be limitless. Retire before 50.